Hey everyone, this is Dr. John Mullins. I'm here today with Collins Youngblood, the owner of LeanFeast. We asked him to come on today primarily because what he does for a living just translates so well to the needs of our current patients and future patients. I've personally used his service for several years now and been very satisfied. So I'd like to thank you to come on the show. Collins is one of our lifestyle partners, somebody that we believe have synergies with what we do, and we have similar value systems. So Collins, thank you for coming on today.
Appreciate you having me, Dr. Mullins.
Yeah, now how long have you had the LeanFeast going?
We've been around since November of 2020.
Tell us, for the listening audience, exactly what you're doing. How is LeanFeast different, and how did you get into doing what you're doing currently?
So for those who primarily know us, we are a meal prep service, but I like to kind of tailor it to, we're more of a restaurant, and to where your normal person who wants just kind of a grab and go meal, we can offer that, but also we put together meals for the week for people who either order ahead, like you and your wife, or someone's just looking for a healthier option compared to going to Chick-fil-A and I know Core Life Eatery went out, so now it's kind of opened the door for.
You have a great service, and I'm just saying this to the audience here. In this day and age, for people that are busy, and I tend to attract a lot of busy folks, men and women that come to my practice. And in this day and age, where you're going in different directions, don't have time to meal prep. I'm telling you, if you're not involved in a meal prep service like Collins has, you're really doing yourself a disservice. And I think his food is fantastic. In fact, I would rather eat what you serve me than at most restaurants that I go to. It is truly restaurant quality food.
Yeah. So speaking on the quality of the food, within the first 6 months, I was a franchise. And I couldn't get behind the suppliers that they were using, so to speak. And so what I wanted to do was if I wasn't going to eat it, I wasn't going to serve it.
Right.
And I know that's kind of a catchphrase, but yet again, I also have to believe in the product as well. And so now we've partnered with local beef suppliers such as Marksberry, local chicken such as Critchfield. I have a local bison supplier, Jamie over at Bourbon County Bison, which is 45 minutes away. And so really the bread and butter of our business is the local meats that I offer. And then you get to pick a carb and a veggie with that. But for the listeners, I wanted to kind of something that sets us away from our competition is I do provide local meats, and I know exactly where you're getting them from.
The food is fantastic, and I think that you supporting local is also really cool. We call ahead, or maybe we use your app, and we have our meals ready for us, and we pick them up on Mondays for the week. What are the other options that you have available for people that might be interested in a service like this?
So if you've been burnt or bruised by other meal prep companies, we have a brick and mortar. There's no hidden secrets. I have customers that will come into the back to say, hey, what's going on, Collins? Come on back. So I think that's what kind of separates us is we do have an app, like you mentioned. You do have an online presence, like you mentioned as well. But if you don't want to utilize the app, or you're just like, you know what, I just want to go over there and check out and see what they have, you can come on in Monday through Saturday, and we're open.
Okay. Everybody that comes to my practice, regardless of what their presentation is, everyone has their own specific complaint. One of the things we always are striving for is trying to get people as close as we can to their ideal body weight, to try to, we believe that muscle's the organ of longevity, so we're trying to make sure that we maintain muscle mass, even in folks that are trying to get rid of unnecessary body fat. And I've just loved the products that you've had. I've been using them personally over the last 8 weeks. I've been really engaged with it. And so I try to send a lot of people over to you since you're local and you do have such high quality. I think the vegetables are fantastic. I mean, that's the thing that I've always noticed is just how fresh the veggies are. They're very crisp, very fresh. And I think you said once upon a time that you were working on a system, maybe perhaps to extend the shelf life, so that people could keep them a little bit longer.
Yeah. So I'm actually so this isn't public news yet, but I actually did get my HACCP certification, with the state, which is a pretty big deal when it comes to manufacturing any kind of product. So now if I were to have a manufacturing plant, you would have to have this HACCP certification.
Okay.
I am looking at purchasing a machine that will extend shelf life for 2 to 3 weeks. Really all it's doing is, for those who know, oxidation kills anything. So all it's doing is removing the oxygen from my product, and I'll be able to have 2 to 3 week shelf life. So for a lot of my clientele that complain that, well, your food only lasts good in the fridge 4 to 5 days, I'm going above and beyond. Instead of putting $1 million storefront in Hamburg like it would cost, I'm investing in this machine to where now my Hamburg folks can come over, get their food, and it'll be good in the fridge for up to 2 to 3 weeks.
Don't you deliver also to some folks?
We do.
Okay, that's a great option. Again, myself included, I'm busy. The people that come to me are busy. They oftentimes just do not plan forward sufficiently with their nutrition, which is how they tend to get themselves into trouble. I don't think people start out the day generally thinking, today I'm going to eat poorly. It's really just more by default when you don't have access to something. You'll after a certain point during the day, you'll just eat whatever you can find. And that's why I love having the meals with me. I just carry them with me from office to office and I eat them. They're fantastic.
So something I do want to propose, and I'm working with the logistics on, is I would like to create a concept similar to Snap Kitchen.
Mm-hmm. What's that?
To where I have fridges that are on Hamburg that will have just meals in the fridge. And we were talking about this.
Sure.
To where people can just, it's not a brick and mortar, to where you can't customize your food.
Mm-hmm.
But you're going to have macros on it. You're going to have the label on it. You're going to have what's in it and whatnot. And those will be readily available over in Hamburg. I don't know the location yet. But that's prior to why I'm getting the machine.
That would be a big hit. I would take advantage of that personally. Macros are something that I think most people have heard about. Maybe there's others that know more than the average person would. But when I talk in terms of pragmatically speaking to patients about how to adjust their nutrition, we talk in terms of macros, and I try to keep it relatively simple. But having that clearly listed on the thing to where it's like a 50, 30, 20, mm-hmm. That is something that people, it's just not available even in the grocery store. They don't know what's in what. And stuff that in the past has been promoted as healthy certainly is not healthy.
Correct.
And what I like about your food is it's clean food. It's good protein, good complex carbs. It's delicious. You can kind of tailor the protein, right? You've got different proteins.
So I guess another thing that makes us separates us from our competition, when you come into my location, you'll see a scale.
Mm-hmm.
So when you ask for 4 or 5 or 6 or 8 ounces of protein, I'm weighing it out to the T. I know if you go to Chipotle and they want you to say, oh, when you go through and you're like, oh, can you have a little bit extra chicken?
Sure.
They're giving you at most 4 ounces of chicken, even though they've given you 2 scoops.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I think integrity is key. I think when you're doing your macronutrition, you're tracking your macros, or you're tracking any kind of dietary restriction or need, you need to be accurate. You need to take it kind of serious. And so for us, when you come to LeanFeast, we're known for our integrity. We know from a scale's not going to lie. And so when you ask John, you get 6 ounces of steak, it's going to fill you up. That's how it's supposed to do. It's not, oh, why am I still hungry? But at the same time, we want to make sure that we're giving you what you ask for, but also what you pay for.
Well, I'm a results-oriented kind of person, and during this course where I've lost 12 pounds over the last 6 or 8 weeks, I never, any time during it, felt like I was on a diet whatsoever. I always felt like I was eating more food than I had previously. I always felt full, and despite that, I continued to lose fat. It was the way a diet should be, where you're just, instead of, there's a lot of talk about using GLP-1s and some of these newer weight loss things, where you simply just starve. You just don't eat at all. And I'm a big proponent of avoidance of what's called sarcopenia, which is just unwanted muscle wasting. And it's not necessary to starve yourself. It is completely unnecessary. And I like the way that I can just tailor what I'm wanting for my own unique goals. Or if I send you a patient and I said, this person is trying to, not everybody that comes to me is trying to lose weight. Some people are trying to gain 10, 12 pounds of muscle. And they have just as much of a challenge as someone who's trying to lose 20 pounds of fat. It's just as difficult and just as scientific to do it. And so they need an accurate amount of protein and accurate amount of carbs, et cetera. And I feel comfortable if I send them to you, that's exactly what's going to happen for them.
And so just recently with 5 or 6 of your patients, they've all stayed. They're all getting results.
Because the food is fantastic. It is results oriented, and all you have to do is eat it.
That's it.
And again, I'm pretty pragmatic with the way that I treat patients. I don't like to overcomplicate things. I said, this is one area of your life where you can eliminate the need to even think. Just get it, warm it up, and eat it. And that's really all you need to do. And the results will take care of themselves.
And we'll go back to the GLP-1 because I don't really know a lot about it, but with my meals, I challenge folks who are tired of Chipotle, Chick-fil-A. They say that they don't have an option. Just give me a chance for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I have a guy named George who literally has come in, and I kid you not, he is overweight. He has a cane. I guarantee it in about 3 more weeks, he's going to be off that cane.
Yeah.
I'm telling you because he is like, I'm tired of the belly bombs. I'm tired of the cheeseburgers. I'm tired of the drive-through. Over the last 4 days, now he's a very heavy set guy, but over the last 4 days, he's lost 15 pounds.
Yeah.
And it's all because he is supplementing me for lunch and dinner or just lunch.
Yeah. And that's why I wanted you to come on the episode today is, for one, I don't think that enough people know about your bricks and mortar location. Marketing is difficult. It's expensive. It doesn't necessarily reach the audience that is intended more often than not. And I think we do have a fairly extended audience of health-minded individuals. And if this is one thing they can check off the box and not ever have to think about again, then they can move on to other areas of their life. And I do believe you have a product that allows for that.
Appreciate that.
Just eat it, tell him what you're trying to accomplish, or tell me or tell him, let us work together, and then eat it. You're not going to be dissatisfied with it. And the price, which we have not talked about, I would challenge a person. It is going to be more expensive to go to Chick-fil-A and order a Chick-fil-A sandwich, some of those wafer fries, and a lemonade than it would be to eat one of your meals that is far superior, fresher, fresh ingredients, and they're going to get healthier while eating it. It's a no-brainer.
And you're not going to wait in the line.
No line.
I'm sorry. I have to challenge people because they say, well, if you had a drive-through, then but you're going to wait in the line at Chick-fil-A longer, then you're going to come in and I'm going to make, or one of my guys are going to make you a 2 or 3 meals.
I know that you do a lot of meal prep. Like for me, for instance, we buy several meals that are supposed to last us throughout the course of the week, and that we do that. But I have just walked in there and needed a lunch, and you're probably in and out faster than you would be. Well, certainly faster than sitting through a drive-through, or certainly faster than walking through just at a fast food restaurant. You're probably in and out of there in 5 minutes. If we weren't talking, we could probably even get out of there quicker, but it is a very efficient system that you have.
Funny story, John, I remember like it was yesterday when he kind of found out about us. John pulled his car in front, didn't even park. He came out and goes, what is this place? Make me a meal. All right, I'll see you in a little bit. We'll talk later. I mean, that's when I remembered you.
Yeah.
Like the very first time I met you.
Well, I'm very representative of I'm an avatar for my patients because they're just like me in the sense that they don't have a whole lot of time. The results speak for themselves. It doesn't need to be embellished. I don't really respond to fancy advertising. The proof's in the pudding. I'm going to try it. I had a good experience there. It was quick, it was efficient, and it was good, and it was results oriented. For me, that was a no-brainer. At that point, I was hooked. And it probably goes beyond this episode here, but you have a really good story too, which really resonated with me when we had an opportunity to talk. I love stories, and I love success stories, particularly when people have kind of gone through the mud.
Yep.
And then pull yourself out of the mud. And I think we all kind of like stories like that. And I was particularly drawn to you because of yours.
Appreciate
that.
So
I really respect you,
appreciate that.
Collins, for what you've gone through and how you've overcome some obstacles.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. So tell us about the hours of operation for people that aren't aware right now. When are you open?
Open Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Friday and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4.
If you were going to place an order for pickup on Monday, when is the latest they can do that through your app?
Same day.
Same day? Okay.
I have a lot of people that will just last minute, they're waking up at 8 a.m. Oh, I got to put my order in on Monday. They'll pick it up. I think it's just a leeway in the afternoon, but I've had people pick up, like they've placed an order for 10 meals and I've had it ready within 15 minutes. Now, granted, I can't get to everybody if everybody puts in, but what I can do on my end is I can push that clock out 10, 15, 20, 45 minutes or to an hour. But what I normally do is if I can't get to your meal, I'm going to call you and say, hey, man, can you pick up at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock or whatnot?
And just if you could go over one more time the delivery options for people and what the delivery area is locally.
It's within 7.5 mile radius of my location. So I'm located at 220 Ruscio Way. I'm over by the Target and the Fayette Mall. If you guys aren't familiar, there's a Mr. Brews on the left, and I'm on the corner right next to Aqua Tots. And our delivery window is Monday through Saturday. I think that's like 11 to like 4, just because of traffic. But once again, if it's outside that 7.5 mile radius, because I know you have some patients that are outside that live in Georgetown or down south, I don't have a problem delivering it.
Well, I really appreciate you coming on. I hope that the people that are listening to this, I don't endorse things that I don't believe in personally. I don't promote products or services unless I've used them myself personally. I could never be a paid promoter of anything because I just can't embellish and make stuff up. So the fact that I'm having this conversation with you means I'm a big believer of it. I know how busy people are. I know how the economy is with pricing. I know how expensive it is to go to the grocery store. I know how confusing it is to go through the grocery store. There's so many options, most of which are bad for you. And if you want a simplified manner to get your health going in the right direction, and you do so in a more efficient manner, LeanFeast is something you should really consider as an option for your nutritional needs. And it'll just be one thing you can check off and then move on down the list of another more important item that you can focus on. And it's been a big relief for me to not have to think about what I'm going to eat. Every morning I take something out of the refrigerator or 2 things, put them in my little bag that looks remarkably similar to one of our employees that works here, put an ice pack in there. I know what I'm going to eat for lunch and I know what I'm going to eat for dinner. And then I put a couple snacks in there that I know are protein laden and I'm good for the day.
And so also, you don't always have to use the microwave because I know how some people are with the microwave. You can also use the skillet. So for some of our Fiesta Bowls, I know I have some moms that come in and they throw that Fiesta Bowl in the skillet for their husbands and whatnot. And so there's many different ways to utilize my food other than utilizing a microwave. If you want to use microwave, great. You can also put them in the oven. You can use a skillet. You can use an air fryer. So
yeah, that's interesting you said that. I sometimes take them out and I jazz them up a little bit more. And I have a specific flavor profile that I like, and I jazz them up. I put my own personal spin on it. But I'm telling you that they're as good as anything you would get in any more what I would consider more of a dine-in restaurant. They're just as good, if not better, than the quality of food that I get at many of the more expensive sit-down restaurants in Lexington. So you've done a great job. And once again, you're over by Fayette Mall.
That's correct.
Is it Ruscio Way?
Ruscio Way.
Right, Ruscio
over by
Way.
the LCA.
Over by Lexington Christian Academy, for those that don't know where Ruscio Way is. And it's open Monday through Thursday?
So it's open Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., Friday and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4, and we're closed on Sundays.
Perfect. And if any of my patients are watching this and you need some help, I like to write up like what I call just a lifestyle prescription for your dietary needs, where I can put down the amount of calories that you need to accomplish specific goals, the amount of protein that you'll need, and I can write that up for you. You can take it in to see Collins and his team, and they can craft it in a way that fits that lifestyle prescription. So again, you'll get exactly what you and I are talking about in our consultation and our follow-up visits without ever have to think about it. So all you have to do is eat it and enjoy it and let the results speak for themselves.
Awesome. Couldn't have said it any better, Doc.
Collins, thank you for coming on for us today. Look forward to continuing to work with you.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you, boss.